I'm going to go over and talk about this first. This is what's been trending all over Twitter and social media. This right here, this picture you see on your screen, that is a picture of Nico Mannion. One question I had is, why does this look like a little kid? Another question I had is, this is Nico Mannion. Why does he look so skinny and frail? He looks sick. This isn't a laughing matter, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. He looks like an alien in this picture, and I mean that respectfully. Nico Mannion. Not too long ago, this guy was on top of the world. Only 2 to 3 years ago, this guy was taking over the basketball community by storm. He was flat out obliterating his competition. He proved every single night nobody could stick with him. It was also around the same time when he was blowing up all over social media, including YouTube. There was tons, and till this day, there's still a lot of videos that got over millions of views. He was really an icon. He had a lot of nicknames. Most notably, I remember people calling him the Red Mamba. Red Mamba, man, that's a major throwback. All of the hype around him was going on around 2018. I think we can all agree 3 years ago, times were much simpler. Oh yeah, how can I forget to mention that he was looked at as not just one of the best players for his position, but he was looked at and regarded as one of the best players in his entire class. Coming in at roughly 6'3" and 180 pounds in the class of 2019, he was a 5-star recruit, had an overall grade of 96 on ESPN, and was ranked in the top 10. He held offers from almost every big-time Division I program. He could pick and choose wherever he wanted to go. You would think a player of his caliber who achieved what he did at such a young age and had all this hype around him would have a relatively easier and smooth path to being a successful NBA player. After high school, things weren't as easy, which is obvious, but nobody thought he'd be going through what he's going through now. So therefore, it leaves us with the question today: what's going on with Nico Mannion? What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. Just wanted to drop by and say, if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1 million. And yeah, do all that nice stuff. Leave a like. Now, without further ado, let's get into this story, or the strange case. The insanely odd case of Nico Mannion. First things first, before we get into this and before I get going, this is really bad. You'll understand what I'm referring to later in this video. Let's just jump straight into this and go over the basic information. After one amazing high school career, he wound up deciding to commit and go to Arizona, where he only played for 1 season, and he was fabulous. He started all 32 games he played in. He averaged 14 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and a little over 5 assists. After his 1 year at Arizona, this is when he decided to put his name in the NBA draft, where he would get picked up by the Golden State Warriors at number 48. He signed a 2-way contract with the Warriors, which is where they can send him down to the G League, but they can also put him on the NBA roster. I'm not touching too much on his college and professional career because I already have a video planned on where I'm going to be breaking down what happened to Nico Mannion, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. It just so happened I'm making this video first because this is something really interesting I couldn't pass up. After his very brief stint with the Warriors, he announced not too long ago, it was around, I think it was a month or two, that he was going to be leaving the NBA. I'm not going to lie, I don't keep up with the NBA as much as I do with college and these high school players we normally talk about. However, this move, it really shocked me. You got to understand the backstory to sort of justify why he did this. Unless I'm wrong or I read it wrong, I believe he has family over there or he's from there, and that had a big play in his decision. The pro club team he announced he would be joining goes by the name of Virtus. It looks like Bologna or Bologna. I don't know how to say it, but it's Virtus. This is an Italian pro club team. Nico Mannion is also Italian. Makes a lot of sense. It adds up. Although technically there hasn't been an official number on how much he signed for, I have seen many reports that he's going to be making more for this Italian team than he would if he was still in the NBA. So if you're looking at this from a financial standpoint, it wasn't that big of a difference. If anything, he's more than likely going to make more for this team because he's going to be one of the top players. This right here is odd for numerous reasons. It is astronomically, yeah, y'all like that word? Look at big word Matt in the building, yeah. Anyways, it is astronomically rare to see a NBA player leave the NBA to go to a overseas team. It's normally the other way around. astronomically. Can we get a big word mat in the building in the comments section? Anyways, let's continue on. Like I was saying, for most basketball players, the goal is to, if you don't get drafted, maybe go overseas, go to the G League, and work your way over to the NBA. Most of these foreign and overseas players' dream is to get and make it to the NBA. That's what they're working for. Right there, you can see why it's kind of strange. You got a NBA player who's really young in their career, they were getting playing time, that leaves the NBA to join a lesser program. I already know that may offend some people that are overseas fans, and let me make this clear. I know this pro team, they're good, and I know a lot of these overseas teams, they're good, but it's not the NBA. The NBA is the best. You can say what you want, believe what you want, I don't care if you're overseas or what. The NBA, it's the best, period, the end. It's not even up for debate. Even to this day, this only happened a month ago. For some odd reason to me, it feels like this decision he made happened 3 to 4 months ago. People yet still don't understand why he did this, so let me explain a little more. Reason number 1 as to why he left. For the Golden State Warriors, he wasn't getting a lot of playing time. He was only averaging 12 minutes per game. Not too bad for a rookie. He was also spending a vast majority of time in the G League, which he looked good in, but nobody wants to be in the G League, let's be real. You also have to take into account that Klay Thompson was hurt, and Golden State had a lot of players that didn't play that in this next season are going to. So when you have Klay coming back, that takes away another spot. They also picked up Moses Moody in the NBA draft, who I would say is probably a more polished player right now and would start over Nico or come off the bench first. Off the bat right there, you got Nico sitting down and being a realist with himself. I got to give him credit. He knew more than likely he wasn't going to play this much this season. Reason number 2 as to why he left. He's Italian and he's going back to his Italian roots. And then reason number 3, which is a possibility, it's not set in stone. I think that he knows if he plays good over there, he could sign a big time contract that he wouldn't be able to sign in the NBA. We're on the same page now. You can't fault the kid. He's doing what he thinks is best. Arguably, you can't say it's not what's best for him anyways, because he wouldn't play that much here. And by here, I'm referring to the NBA in the United States. Before we move on, I do want to state that I've seen reports of him saying that one big factor is that he didn't play, and it all comes down to him being a basketball player. He doesn't want to sit the bench. He wants to play big time minutes and be one of the main players. You got to keep in mind, this was one of the best high school prospects in his class. He's not used to coming off the bench. He's used to being a star player. Even in college, he was one of the best players on the team. It's a hard transition to go over to the NBA and be a role player or even a bench player who's not playing a lot, whereas 3 to 4 years prior, you was looked at as the best thing out there. It messes with you mentally. That is one bad side to social media. We hype up these young athletes, and sometimes, more cases than not, they don't live up to it and they crumble under the pressure because they're used to being spoon-fed. They're used to walking around in high school or college and people telling them they're the best thing since sliced bread. Then they get to the league or they get out of high school. Then they start to realize they're really not that good or they're not that sweet. Where we're at in this case, things should be looking good, right? He just signed a contract with Virtus. But however, what we're about to look at and talk about, things look really bad. And I mean this, I feel bad for Nico Mannion. This is sad. I'm going to go over and talk about this first. This is what's been trending all over Twitter and social media. This right here, this picture you see on your screen, that is a picture of Nico Mannion. I had so many questions through my mind, I can't even remember them. There was so much going on through my head when I saw this. One question I had is, why does this look like a little kid? Another question I had is, this is Nico Mannion. Why does he look so skinny and frail? He looks sick. This isn't a laughing matter, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. He looks like an alien in this picture, and I mean that respectfully. He does not look like himself. You have to understand, Nico Mannion was not a skinny or frail person in high school or college or even the NBA. His arms literally look like toothpicks you could snap with your fingers. He's not healthy. This picture has gotten so out of hand that most people think it's photoshopped, but it's confirmed that it's not. When it was confirmed that this wasn't photoshopped, the question that arose is, what's going on with him? Is he sick or what's happening? The reason he looks so frail or skinny in this picture is because he's been suffering bad effects from an intestinal infection. This intestinal infection has weakened him a lot physically, and it's kept him from working out and doing basketball activities. According to the team, he's insanely weak, he's lost a drastic amount of weight, and he's out indefinitely for his team. Before I say anything else or before we go any farther, I know we like to joke a lot on this channel, but can we get some prayers and some thoughts for Nico Mannion? This is something to not joke around with. Anytime you have an intestinal infection or problems with your stomach, as a person who still deals with problems with my stomach, I know this is one of the worst things that any human can go through. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Stomach problems are the absolute worst, and that doesn't even do it justice. It's terrible. This virus that Nico currently has, it's bad. I don't know another way to put it. Here's what he had to say about it on Instagram. He posted this on his Instagram saying, "Tonight the team will be presented in Bulgaria, and as you know, I won't be there. I want to apologize to the fans who by every means are making me feel their warmth since I landed here in Bologna. You can't imagine how much I would like to be there with my teammates. But I'm getting better and soon I'll be with them. I take this opportunity to thank the society, especially some long names, all the medical staff, Sergio, Scarso, whatever, Mata, whatever, for their closeness and everything they are doing for me. I can't wait to be able to repay their efforts and your weight on the field. Go Virtus," with a black and white dot emoji. It looks like baloney. I know that's not how you say it. To me, it looks like you'd say it like Bologna. You know what? That's besides the point. Why am I even thinking about that? I know exactly what you're thinking. Yo, Matt, what's next? Is he going to come back, or when will he come back? There's been many reports, according to my sources are trustmebro.com, that Nico is feeling better than he was when he first had it, and he should come back in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. I'm just happy he's saying he's feeling better and he's on the right track. This is a virus at the end of the day. All he needs to take is some antibiotics and hydrate. Drink some Gatorade, drink some water, and he should be fine. Okay, what I just said was me being optimistic. When you look at this picture, I'm going to throw it back up on the screen. He looks really bad, man. I don't know another way to put it. His team Virtus has said that in 2 to 3 weeks, that's when he should be quote unquote cleared from the virus, and hopefully he can return to basketball activities. That's not saying he's going to play in 2 to 3 weeks. Once again, he looks rough. I hope he heals up, he hydrates. I hope he's feeling better, and my prayers and thoughts go out to him. Whenever he does come back, here's the thing. This dude, yeah, he's a good basketball player, but he didn't even get that much media coverage in the NBA. And unless you're the Ball brothers or Mikey Williams or Bronny James, you're not going to get that much media coverage if you're playing overseas. The reason I even said that is because whenever he does come back, I feel like many people or most people won't even know about it. And most people don't even know this is going on. I can guarantee you if this was a current NBA player, this would be getting way more attention. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, it's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It's mandatory. No, I'm just playing, but it would be cool if you hit that subscribe button and join the family. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Bye.